Welcome back to another Celtics Nation Rise recap. Tonight, your Celtics pull away by a score of 148 to 111. This was a dominating game from the beginning of the game to the end. I mean, this Celtics team was moving the ball tonight. I believe they had around 37 assists. That is
38.
38 assists. My apologies. That is beyond impressive. And it just goes to show how in sync, in tune this Celtics basketball team is. I'm pretty sure I heard on the broadcast over that stretch of away games, they averaged almost, I believe, 25 assists or 27 assists per game on that away stretch. So whatever Joe Mazzulla did or whatever this team is doing to kind of create opportunities and get guys open shots, they're doing a very, very good job. I mean, Joe Mazzulla harps on it all the time. Get those 2-on-1 advantages, facilitate the ball, and get the best shots. And tonight, in these past couple of games, the Celtics have been finding a way to do so. But without further ado, Daniel, you take it away. Give me your takeaways from tonight. There's a lot, and they're mainly positive, I'd say.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. You mentioned it. The assists numbers. Loved everything I saw from that aspect. I think, yeah, you're right. Everybody was getting a touch of the ball, and I don't think there's any player that's going to complain tonight about not getting the ball enough or not getting enough shots or something, because it seems to be that our focus was that tonight. Against a team like the Nets, just move the ball around, get open looks, let guys like Pritchard, Brown, and Vucevic tonight get the ball and just go from there. So yeah, I think this team's dynamic tonight was really just find guys and score.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, for real,
as simple as that is.
for real. I mean, for the most part, and let's take a look at it. We can pull up this lead tracker and let's make sure I get you, Daniel, in here. I don't want to leave you behind.
Yeah.
For the most part, for the majority of the game, I mean, look at the C. The Celtics had really this game under control, aside from the beginning of the first, where the Brooklyn Nets were able to keep it pretty close. But as the game progressed, I mean, the Celtics team just wore down on this Brooklyn Nets team, and it shows throughout this lead tracker. I mean, this team is firing on all cylinders defensively, playing really sound basketball, and it was really fun to watch. I mean, everyone's contributing, and it looked truly seamless tonight. And uh, I'm very happy with the product, and I'm happy they bounced back from the Nets. But do you have any takeaways from this lead tracker and kind of where you think that what they did right tonight to sustain this lead over a course of time?
I think, yeah, definitely. That's going to be the focus of the night. I think that the amount of assists this team was having, and also, other than that, the shooting as well. Because we shot, as I'm looking at it now, 67% from the field. That's
Mhm.
amazing, for a team.
Yeah.
I get that it's against the Nets, but I don't care. I really don't. 67% from the field is always going to be good. 65% from three. I think shooting wise, we're just in sync. A lot of the guys on the team were just, doing their thing out there.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that there was this connection tonight between shots made and or not well actually, like passes made, or I guess assists and shots made, because I
Mhm.
think for every pass to an open guy there was a shot and a make. So I think the guys were just like in tune tonight, and they were just like, oh, I'm open, oh, I have the ball, let me just shoot it, and it and,
Yeah,
and
I
it
agree.
ends up going
I
in.
think I think you're right, and I think, like we said, the Celtics really do put an emphasis on getting into the paint, collapsing the defense, and making a read on the defense's mistakes. And I think tonight, in particular, Jaylen Brown did a really good job at recognizing matchups, recognizing double teams, and finding ways to facilitate out of them. I think Vucevic, man, I tonight Vucevic was everywhere, and we're gonna go into that. But in my opinion, Vucevic was your guy, and a lot of times he stood out to me. His ability to just command the post. I mean, every
Yeah,
time he's in that block, he's catching the ball, and once he catches that ball, either he's getting doubled or he's got an opportunity to make a to get a basket. But he
yeah.
understands and has the wherewithal to understand what is happening during this game. He's got a
And
good
he
processing.
and he needed this performance after I'd say kind of a lackluster performance during that away stretch. Um yeah, not much from him from those away games, Andrew. And then tonight back home, and then you're seeing a really good game from him. I get that it's kind of because of his age, I guess, why you don't really expect much from him, especially against those tough teams that we had to play on the road. But it's a really good win to pick up at home, and I'm glad that he had this performance tonight.
Hey, hey, I understand he's getting a little old, but he's capable, man. He's
Yeah, yeah,
capable,
he
and
is.
so
He
and
is.
I don't want to point that go at that, but he's not that old.
Not,
We've had older. We've had
I
Al
don't even know how
Horford.
old he is. Hold on.
I mean, he's up there. Don't get me wrong, but we've had Al
35, but
Horford.
he still has something
He
in
got
his
some
in
years
the
on
tank.
him, man, and we went out
Yeah,
and got him. So I don't care what age he is. I
yeah,
know Al Horford. We had Al Horford, man, and I
facts.
could have thought he was 50. I'm not gonna lie. No hate on Al, but we I don't care how old you are. We went out and got you, and you were having good success on a Bulls team that in the beginning of the season you were contributing to a lot of their wins. I think the Bulls have kind of I mean, they've slowly digressed, if we're being
Yeah,
honest, and
yeah, they have.
they're not in a good position. But Nikola Vucevic, man, he's a talent, and tonight he showed it, and that is what we need from him day in and day out.
I did some
So
research as well. This is not only his first time scoring 20 plus points for the Celtics, but also his best shooting night for the Celtics as well, where
I
he
was gonna
shooting.
say that, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he shot 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, and I can't recall if he's done that yet with the Celtics. I mean, I'm sure he's hit 2 or 3. I'm sure he's been there, but I'd like to see some consistency from beyond the arc from Vucevic because
I'd
once you
agree.
start hitting those threes from beyond the arc, we're gonna see the space open up even more. And the space is already pretty opened up. I'm not sure how much more you can actually open up the space before you're standing outside out of bounds outside the garden.
And you saw that Sharman three. I don't know if you saw that from last game against the loss against the Nuggets. That Bailey
Yeah.
Sharman three ended up getting they didn't count it because he was out of bounds when
Right,
he
right.
shot
He's
it.
out of bounds. He's outside and free in Colorado freezing his ass off outside.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out. I wonder. I don't know if the NBA's. I don't know if the guys' bodies can keep up with the amount of range that these coaches are demanding day in and day out. I mean, sometimes these coaches are asking you to free and, like I said, go out to the water, go out to beyond the arc, go beyond half court to space
Yeah.
the floor. I don't know how realistic that is. There's got to be a
Yeah,
flip, but we'll
I agree.
see. We'll see.
But yeah,
We'll
I think
definitely
we can
see.
really get another Al Horford slash Porzingis from a
Mm,
like kind of role from Vucevic, and if he ends up shooting the three ball for the Celtics as well as KP and Horford has done for us, you know how the team if you're watching this, you know how the team is done with Horford performing to his ceiling and Porzingis as well, especially from that 2024 finals performance. But yeah, if we get that kind of performance and that kind of consistency from Vucevic, I think postseason you'll find us up there.
yeah, no, agreed. And I think the only downside from Vucevic, and to me, it's not too much of a downside, but when you talk about guys like Horford and guys like Porzingis, I think the only thing that stands out to me is their defensive ability. I think Vucevic is slightly lacking in that
Right.
category. I don't think it's too detrimental, but you
There's
talk
definitely a
about Al
difference though. Yeah, you're right.
you talk about Al Horford, man. I mean, that guy's a
Yeah.
dog. That guy's shutting down your best
I
players.
really miss that guy
He's
sometimes, man.
knocking Giannis on his ass on the floor and making a statement. So
It
I love
doesn't feel
Vucevic.
real that like we had a player like that, but yeah,
Right, right.
there's
And I
definitely a
love
difference.
Vucevic and I love Al Horford. I love Porzingis, but this is a new time for the Celtics. We're stepping into a new era that whole journey is in the past, and now we have a guy in Vucevic who's made a name in his own right. He's his own player. I've seen a stat recently. He's played probably the third most games in his draft class in this NBA. So he's a hard-nosed basketball player who every day wants to get on that floor and contribute to a win for his team. So no complaints from Vucevic, and if anything, he affirmed his abilities and what he can bring to this Celtics team.
I
So
agree.
let's continue, and I think I want to go first. We don't have unfortunately a graphic of him, but I will still bring it up. Peyton Pritchard tonight, man. Just doing Peyton Pritchard things, right? I mean, this is a guy who he's going to do what it takes to win basketball games. He's going to play his role. He's unselfish, and he thrives in these moments. He's willing to do whatever it takes. And once again, Peyton Pritchard, 22 points, 5 assists. I'm like looking at the box score, right? My eyes, I'm losing it. 5 assists and no rebounds, but 80% from beyond the arc, contributing to the Celtics 64.7 beyond the arc. I mean, this guy, he just responds, huh? He is willing to do whatever it takes, and he hits timely shots all the time, and he's a true leader. But from tonight, what do you see from Pritchard? What do you like?
I mean, kind of like similar to Vucevic, these guys that have been kind of like, I'll say it again, lackluster the past, I don't know how to pronounce that, lackluster, the last 2 or 3 games, coming back home against the Nets and just picking it back up to the standards that we know they can reach. We talked about Pritchard in the last recap and how he had a really underwhelming performance against the Nuggets. And so it's just good to see him back home against the Nets just shoot the lights off basically and
Yeah,
just
for real.
kind of get back to his standard, to what we need from him, especially off the bench. So yeah, when we have bench points like Pritchard's, there's no way we're losing. So it's good to
No,
see him back in that zone.
no, I'm with you. I mean, this guy and Vucevic. Vucevic came off the bench as well this game, and he had
Yeah,
28
yeah,
points.
yeah.
So
I didn't
we
realize
had
that. Yeah,
I'm not
we
great
got
with math, but we had 28 points and 22 points off this bench. I mean,
really good.
that's crazy. I mean, granted, Vucevic ended up having more minutes than Kata. Say, actually, I mean, no, not really. I mean, he only had 25 compared to.
Okay,
Actually,
that's
no, he did. He did. Yeah, he had like about
yeah,
10 more
it is a difference,
than
but
Kata, but
still,
still, he came off the
yeah, still.
bench. He made an impact, and those are bench points that are well needed. So we're getting what we need with Vucevic. We're getting what we need with Pritchard, and I'm just glad to see
Definitely.
this rotation figuring it out and not dwelling on not having a guy like Anthony Simons, right? And I think this is what Joe Mazzulla does so well. He doesn't let guys reflect on the past, right? Joe Mazzulla sets these guys in their focus on the present. He sets the focus on who do we have in house? Who is on our roster that's going to contribute to winning? We have all we need, and we're gonna find a way to win.
I
Whether it's
agree.
Richard coming off the bench, whether it's White giving us points when Jalen Brown's out. I mean, Joe Mazzulla is not going to let these guys worry about not having a guy like Anthony Simons coming off the bench. And tonight, once again, we certainly saw it. But Daniel, if you kind of want to highlight a couple more players throughout this Celtics roster that made an impact tonight, because to be honest, it was a full group effort.
Yeah, it really was. And down to the last guys, I'm not gonna talk about the stats, but Ron Harper got some minutes late in the game. Delano Banton, Walsh as well. Tanji finally getting some minutes. So I was happy
Mm-hmm.
about that. But yeah, Hauser, 27 minutes, started at the fort tonight. Um, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 9 from the field. Can't ask for much more from Hauser. You know, really good game from him. I'd say 2 threes as well. Um, Gonzalez, 21 minutes, 8 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, a steal,
But
and
but
two
that
blocks.
but that man was everywhere. Like the
Yeah,
box score doesn't even say it. He was just making the right plays.
he
His
really was.
energy is infectious. Like whenever I see him on the court, I'm like, man, that guy, I want to play with that guy.
Yeah.
He does all the
I'm
right
so glad
things.
we have him coming off the bench for us. Like
Right.
he's such a good spurt of energy and just like hustle,
Yeah.
It's good to have a player like him coming off the bench.
Yeah. I think the only thing I'd like is to see his 3-point shot be a little more consistent and knock down the open shot. I think at times he hasn't been hitting them, but other times he does. I think he's very, very capable of hitting that shot. I just
Yeah.
want to be slightly more consistent, but he's young. It's gonna come with time. And guys, 3-point shot, it fluctuates. And for all we know, he's gonna start hitting these shots come late season, come playoff time when it really matters, right? So let's
Hopefully.
stay positive on that. But that is something I would like to see him improve upon the
And
remainder of the season.
that three against the Nets, a double OT win, kind of gave me some hope
Huge.
for him.
Right. He's
It
capable.
really
Don't
did.
get me wrong. He's capable. More than
Yeah,
capable.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, you're not wrong at all. Shireman again, not again, 22 minutes, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal, 100% from the field. Really solid game for him tonight.
Does he deserve one? Does he deserve the graphic today? Yeah, we'll give it to him.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll
We'll
give
give
it
it
to
to
him.
him.
Bonfire Baylor, man. Let's
Bonfire
get the
Bailey
fire
tonight,
going. Let's get
100%
the
from the
fire
field.
going.
3 for 3, two
For all you
threes.
guys that don't know about Bonfire Baylor, Bonfire Baylor, I saw him at a bar one time. Say what's good, but the bar was Bonfire. And so from here on out, when you think about Baylor Shireman, man, we got to call him Bonfire Baylor. No pressure, but you can't lie. That's not a bad nickname. I mean, I've
Not at
heard
all.
worse. I've
Not
heard
at all.
worse. So
A really good,
for you guys,
really
for
good
you
lore for
five
this thing.
listening, spread the word, spread the message. It's Bonfire Baylor from here on out, and for
Imagine
eternity,
if he
man.
sees this at some point. Just imagine, bro. Yeah, get it out there, guys. Anybody
Yeah,
watching?
get that out, please.
Baylor's name is Bonfire Baylor starting from now on. So yeah,
Oh,
let's.
Carl's here. Carl, what's good, man?
Oh, what up,
Fire.
Carl?
There you go, Bonfire Baylor. See,
Let's
Carl's on
go.
it. Carl's on that wave. Uh,
Let's
Ron
get
Harper
everybody on
Jr.,
that way.
Ron's threes, money. Yes, sir. I'm glad to see him hit that shot. I know it's late game down the shot clock. I mean, down the stretch, but still really good to see
Still
Ron Harper
matters,
knock
yeah.
down a three, right? I think that still matters. It's nice to see a bucket go through the hoop, and hopefully that sparks a little momentum in these next coming games.
Also, 100% from the field. Just saying.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I mean, hey, we're
Same with
not
Walsh
complaining
as
right
well.
there.
But yeah, Derek White, 32 minutes, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Again, not much scoring wise, but he was everywhere. Same with Gonzalez.
It's a tale as old as time, right? That guy does what he has to do, and he does
Definitely.
it to a T. And sometimes it's scoring, sometimes it's defending, sometimes it's making passes, sometimes it's rebounding. I mean, he does it all. I think obviously sometimes you still want him to his point averages to, let's get 16, 17 points around that every night, obviously, because I know that is in his ballpark, and that is something that we all know he can do. And I don't really know what his averages are, and that's my fault. And honestly, I bet you they're somewhere near that. But
17 a season, 17, 5 and 5 and 6,
17,
5
5 and 5. So he is doing what I'm asking. So
yeah,
never mind.
definitely.
Never mind. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
17,
good here.
5, 6, a steal, and almost 2 blocks a game.
Yeah.
Andrew.
I think in some ways set very, very high expectations for Derek Wright, almost all-star expectations, but this is more than okay. I mean, this is good. And for him to find a way to make an impact, that game Jaylen Brown was out. When he did score and pour in a huge amount of points, I talked about it. He does the right things and shows up for the team when they need him. He plays his role. And a lot of young players out there, including myself, when I play in my men's league games, I got to understand what it takes to be a winner. And it's not just scoring all the points. It's the details that really, really matter. So
yeah.
I'll get into the Nets really quick. I don't want to give them too much light because they don't really deserve it tonight. But
also a little fun fact about White. Sorry, just before you go on.
Oh, yeah,
He's averaging a career high in points, rebound, and all stats right now for the Celtics. Career high in points. Well, not career for the Celtics. Let's say that. I don't know about his
Mhm.
history with the Nets and stuff like that, but for the Celtics, he's averaging the most out of all three of those stats, all five actually,
There you
in
go. I mean,
terms
that's all you
in
can ask
box.
for,
So
right?
he's
Ask for
essentially
improvement.
having his best season right now. So
Right.
yeah,
He
really
asked
good
for improvement,
to have him
and
on the
he and
team.
he delivered it. So that's, I mean, anything else we're nitpicking. Michael
Yeah,
Porter Jr. tonight, 50% from the field goal, 2 3 points made. I mean, he's filthy. I'm not gonna lie. He only ended with 18 points, but he got taken out towards the end of the game because of the blowout. But he can just hit shots like no other.
I've
He's
always liked him.
talent.
Even when he was on the Nuggets, I think he's
Mhm.
a really underrated scorer
Yeah.
in the league
Well,
right now.
right, in college, right, and when he came into this league,
Yeah,
the understanding was he was going to be this type of player. He got riddled with a couple injuries here and there, lower back problems, and he kind of fit into this more so role player with the Nuggets. But this is what, if we're being honest, majority of the league kind of expected of him. I mean, this guy,
yeah,
I wouldn't say to this level of production, but damn near close, and
yeah.
he's clearly showing it. I mean, he's got a flamethrower.
I think the only
And
thing it needed was like a team where he's the first option, and I
right.
think the Nets finally provided him with that, especially after getting
Mhm.
rid of Cam Thomas. You know, now he's
Yeah.
really the main guy on the team.
I will say
Um,
though, I don't know if the Nuggets making that trade for Cam Johnson. I mean, how's that looking right now? I think Cam Johnson is talented. I think he is. They need him to hit a couple more shots here and there and be a little more involved within the offense from what I'm seeing and hearing. But I
yeah,
mean, I don't know. It's very interesting to see, and Michael Porter Jr. is doing his best to make them regret their decision.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
10 points, Claxton 12. I mean, so I was hearing Drew Carter pronounce um, Igor Demon, but it's not Demon. I don't know how to pronounce it though. I'm not gonna lie, because Drew Carter was pronouncing it completely different the entire night. So I got to do some research on that. I got to listen
That's
to the
interesting.
podcast
I'll do
back
some
a couple
research too.
times. Something maybe like Dwayman or something like that. Maybe because the E has those two has the apostrophes on top of it. So maybe that's where we're at. But Nolan Traore, man, that guy's pretty talented. I mean, I know the last game we played this Nets team, he kind of fried us and he was cooking us, and he's got speed on him. I like his nice crisp bounce passes. He's kind of got a little true point guard vibe to him. So that's always nice to see in this age where point guards are kind of are not always appreciated, I should say, pure point guards aren't always appreciated. Trey Mann, Lowell Mass native, 8 points tonight, hit a couple threes, but other than that, nothing special. Danny Wolf was a highlight of the Nets tonight. I thought that dude looks impressive. Thought he can move. He's crafty around the rim, can shoot the ball. If we're being honest, if we're comparing Amari Williams and a guy like Danny Wolf, NBA ready player, probably Danny Wolf. I mean, if we're being
Yeah,
honest, like that's that like
definitely.
from an offensive standpoint. And I know Danny Wolf was in the conversation of potential guys we were looking at, and that's no knock at Amari Williams. I think Amari Williams has insane potential,
Not at
and
all.
once he gets once he gets more minutes on the Celtics team, he's going to flourish. But Danny Wolf right
Yeah.
now, his offensive game is extremely mature at
I
this
mean,
stage.
I think it really just comes down to experience. You know, you said it, Andrew. I think Amari hasn't gotten that many chances with the Celtics, and here you have Danny Wolf, who I don't think he's ever been sent to the G League. I don't think. I think he was there since the beginning of the season. And
Maybe
on a
just the
team like
beginning, yeah.
yeah, maybe just the beginning, but on a team like the Nets, it makes sense that you're gonna have their rookies play more
Mhm,
on the season, you know, compared to the Celtics. So it's definitely easier for Danny Will to break through, especially offensively compared to Amari Williams. So I will say that.
definitely, definitely. Um, we haven't talked about Jalen Brown yet, right? So
No, not at all.
let's
The
dive
top
into
three guys
Jalen
for
Brown. I
tonight.
mean, you can't ignore that man tonight, and I think we're gonna get into while we're talking about Jaylen Brown, we might as well dive into the CNR MVP as well. Kind of knock two birds or whatever the saying is. Every time I bring up a saying lately, man, it's just like I'm saying the random shit, man. My
Kill
boy
two
Matt,
birds
my
with one
boy Matt
stone.
Gallagher back home. He's got all the sayings. I mean, I need
I
him
think
to.
I
I
think
need
the
him
saying
to
is
fill
kill
it
two
out.
birds with one stone. But
Kill two
yeah,
birds
I
with
get what
one
you're
stone.
saying.
Yeah, I hope
Makes sense.
everyone else would too. But Jaylen Brown, 28 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds tonight. I mean, Jaylen Brown. I mean,
That's that's
this
KD
is
for you. You know,
a
it's really
reoccurring.
not really not much to it.
No, right? The numbers speak for themselves. This is a reoccurring. This is a reoccurring event for Jaylen Brown at this point, and so it's almost getting boring.
I will say
In
I
some
love those
ways,
assist numbers. I love those assist numbers.
the assist numbers, I think that's
Yeah,
something that
they're
definitely
amazing.
needs to
I
be
think
highlighted, and we've been
yeah,
talking about this all year, but he's just been creating. And the assist to turnover ratio, 9 assists,
yeah,
2
it's
turnovers, and I
improving.
know you've been high on that, Daniel. Like, I think you've always pointed that out with Jaylen Brown. Occasionally, he can get a little sloppy with the ball,
Yeah,
and they can create turnovers, but tonight he read
not
the
tonight.
defense. He made reads. He got
Yeah,
doubled when he got doubled at times, and he moved off the ball, and in efficient, man. Holy crap. 75% from the field goal, 4 for 4 from behind the arc, and 6 from 10. Well, 6 from 10 from the free throw. Not as efficient, but we'll give him the benefit of the
still not
doubt
bad at
considering the
all.
numbers from outside. And yeah, I mean it's insane. His efficiency this season to me is something that has really stand out. And I think Drew Carr mentioned it. His mid range game has slowly dissipated a little. It hasn't been as prominent, but man, he's doing everything and more. And not to mention 2 steals tonight too, and a block. So I said it last time, and I'll say it again. Jaylen Brown is a player that he's out there to win basketball games. He's not there to pad stats. He doesn't care about an MVP award. I can almost guarantee it. And I think an MVP
His name's
award to
not
him,
Russell Westbrook, to
no,
say the
no, I think
least.
MVP award would be, or Angel Reese.
Yeah,
I think an MVP award would be, he'd be flattered. I think he'd be excited about it. But the way this man carries himself, the way he talks, he wants to win championships for the city of Boston. That's his number one priority. And this season, tonight, he's shown that, and his actions are certainly speaking louder than words. But let's dive into another player, Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic, man. So tonight we played Day'Ron Sharpe, right? And Day'Ron Sharpe was in the conversation for big man that we were potentially going to seek out and grab. And I don't think Vucevic was worried about a man like Day'Ron Sharpe and scared that the Celtics were gonna go get him or at all threatened or he was in
nah, not at all.
consideration. But tonight Vucevic is making us Celtics fans know why they went out and got him. And they're making us happy they went out and got him instead of a mid low level big man that could have been developed. Right. I like Day'Ron Sharpe, don't get me wrong, but Vucevic to me just maybe it's because he's 35 and he's just had time to grow into his body
Yeah,
and feel fluid and understand how his body works. And he's catching these balls in the post with one hand. And I mean, it's just all these things, but it's small details, but it stands out to me. I think Keita is a little sloppy still. He's still trying to figure out his
yeah,
move.
definitely. A
Garza,
lot more development to go.
same thing.
Definitely.
To me, Vucevic, you just have more confidence in him, right? When you give him the ball in the post, you have faith that he's going to catch the ball. You have faith he's going to make the right decision. And tonight that was highlighted.
And I think
And
it speaks a lot to his experience as well, compared to
mhm,
Keita or Sharp or any of the other centers out there, younger centers, other than Wemby, of course. But I think experience-wise, it's just you can just see he's just on a different level compared to any of the
right,
other guys we mentioned right now. And I
right,
think that speaks a lot to how he plays.
right. in having that confidence in your big man. And I mean, I played with a lot of good big men in my life, and I played with a lot of bad big men in my life. And I think when you have a big man that you can trust, that you can enter the ball into the post, and you can really rely on him, it kind of relieves a lot of pressure on you. Where, yeah, I'm a little tired on this possession. I need to give. I'm gonna give you the ball and go try to do something. Like those small details are actually really, really helpful. And a guy like Vucevic certainly offers that. So tonight, we got to give our MVP vote. I mean, I don't think we really alluded to where we're going, if I'm being honest. I honestly think the way we discussed it with Jaylen Brown and we gave him a lot of pointers, I think we gave Vucevic a lot of stuff, but
It's a
I
close
think
one.
it's a close one. But hey, I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, it's close, but at the same time, not close at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Vucevic tonight. You know, you see him on the
Mhm.
screen, the game he had. I think the difference is, you said it, Andrew. I think from Jaylen Brown, it's just Jaylen Brown. Like, you know, he's done that before. He's had that similar style line before. You know, edging us with a triple double before. But you've literally never seen this game for Vucevic on the Celtics before till
Mhm.
today. So I think for that reason, it has to be Vucevic.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd agree, and I'm gonna go Vucevic as as well. I think he really has, or tonight he really showed the Celtics what they have in him. And when I was watching this game, obviously Jaylen Brown stood out to me, and he was making big plays. But to me, Vucevic was just everywhere, and he was the guy that really caught my eye on a lot of plays. Just being able to run the offense and help the Celtics team be fluid and knocking down timely shots. And like I said, I really, really can appreciate a big man that just takes the pressure and alleviates a little stress from here and there and gives you another option, because it just opens up the court. And when you have a big man like that, you're not getting frustrated when you're dribbling into gaps and you're seeing guys. It's like it just there's so many different factors that come into play. And basketball is a game of tiny details, tiny butterfly effects that grow into something a lot bigger. And when you have a guy like Vucevic who can put out those fires at times, that's someone you have to give flowers to. So tonight, um, let's get this drum roll going. Um, Drum roll, please. Here we go. Your CNR MVP, Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic, your MVP, man. Congratulations. We'll give him a little clap.
Deserved.
Sure. Is that his first CNR MVP? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it
I
is.
think it might. Griffin,
Um,
if you're in the
other
comments,
game
let
where
me
he might
know.
have been
Vucci
the
main,
other game
baby,
where he
for
might have been
sure.
close is, hold on, against
Jeez.
Chicago. He had 19 and 11, but
And he
I
got that
think
CNR
Pritchard probably
MVP?
won that one because he had
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, so Vucevic, man.
Yeah,
First,
his first
Celtics
positive
Nation
score.
Rise. Griffin, what is going on? We're on the Celtics Nation Rise YouTube, buddy. Still commenting what is going on. But yeah, this is his first CNR
Yeah,
MVP. We're in the Matrix.
let's
But yeah,
go.
congratulations to Vucevic, man. Hopefully there's many more to come. But yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of winding down here. We've covered a lot, and we really appreciate everyone watching. I want to give my first takeaway, and then Daniel will let you finish it off tonight. The Celtics, believe it or not, have struggled against this Brooklyn Net team. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. has always kind of flamed us, has really shot well against us, and it seems like he's always out. He has a little vendetta against us, especially when he plays in the TD Garden. So tonight for the Celtics to be able to pull away by nearly 30 points, that to me is how you beat a team that you're supposed to beat. I mean, this team, the Celtics should never lose to, and it should never be close. And for the Celtics to not play with their food, to not play down to another team's level, that to me speaks volumes on the coaching staff and where the Celtics team's head is at. and they responded against the Nets. So I'm very happy with tonight's win. I mean, there's no complaints. There's none.
I agree. I think you're seeing something different recently from Joe Mazzulla. I think the past week or two, where usually like the starters would sit a lot more and they'd
Mhm.
sit a lot sooner on like blowout wins. But I talked about it in the win against the Lakers. I'm pretty sure the game where Pritchard is there on the last second of the game. We're up like 20, and Pritchard is still there in the game. And
Right.
Brown played massive minutes as well when they didn't need to. And I think this is Missoula trying to like give a message to the rest of the league and to the team itself. I think um, the days of us taking the foot off the gas are over. I
Mhm.
think Missoula's trying to like keep a lead going, secure that lead. So I think we're gonna see a lot more like starters playing a lot of minutes for the next month or so before we start talking about postseason and until um postseason time comes. I think we're going to
Mhm.
see a lot more of this happening. The starters finishing off the games when they don't really need to. I mean, you saw Jalen Brown sit the fourth quarter tonight, but there's been times where it's the fourth quarter, we're up 20 or 25, and these guys are still going strong.
Right.
The bench players are looking at Missoula like, come on, man, I could get in right now.
Yeah.
But I think it's just Missoula trying to keep more control of the game and um, just kind of stop like that era of us losing games or just games getting away from us in that fourth quarter. Because there's been times like last season or in the past seasons where you have a comfortable lead coming into the fourth or the third and you just lose that.
Mhm.
But that's happening a lot less recently, and I think it's because Missoula's keeping that foot on the gas when it comes to the rotations and the minutes the starters get. So I'm really glad about that.
Yeah.
And also, it was
Definitely.
nice to see Josh Mina tonight back as well.
Yeah, it was. He was playing
Definitely see
aggressive
brother.
too. He looked
Yeah,
confident. So good for him, man. We want the best for him. He's a talented player. He's a good
yeah,
guy, fun to watch. So we want the best for him. But to kind of respond to what you're saying, yeah, I agree. I think the Celtics team in the past have blown some leads here and there, and like you said, and we love saying on this program, not keep their foot in the gas. I mean, I agree. And whether I said it earlier, it's a game of details, and whether you like it or not, when you go into the postseason and when you are about to win a championship or competing for something special, you want to go into the postseason, the playoffs, with the utmost confidence in your capabilities. So I want to see proof. I want to see that their ability to win games and not blow and not let teams come back and kind of carve out a lead. And for the Celtics team to see that and see they're able to do that, that gives them confidence. That gives them a little feather in their hat, knowing that they're not that team that say they were once. And you make a great point, and that's super important to just have the confidence within yourself to know what you're capable of. And finally, I think it's a fine line though, whether making sure you play your guys. I think it's important too though. You get these guys just playing, and in their season they understand how to play together, and they're with each other. And I think
yeah,
about it earlier too, like the rotations have been a little messy. We haven't really had it all figured out. They've been inconsistent, and as we near close to the postseason, whether you like it or not, I mean, it's really, I mean, maybe 2 months away. I mean, it's gonna be here sooner than you know it, and
yeah.
we want to start figuring out our rotation. That's going to give us the best chance to make a postseason run.
I was gonna say at the same time, like it's good that yeah we're keeping these guys in until we're like, really comfortable with the lead or until the game's almost over. But at the same time, we're not seeing much from those bench guys that could be important come postseason time.
That's true
So
too. That's
it'd
true
be like
too.
50-50, where it's good that these guys are like keeping the game, like keeping the distance in the game, but at the same time, you have guys on the bench that we still need confirmation from whether they can be trusted in the playoffs or not.
Mhm.
And they're kind of like not getting much, because these starters are kind of taking over in the fourth when they don't really need to be in. But I think Missoula's gonna do a good job of finding that balance.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean
towards-
that
definitely before the playoffs.
That's his
Um,
MO. He does jujitsu. He probably meditates every day. I think balance is his aim. He's doing his rosary beads every day, so he's seeking out balance 100%, and hopefully it trickles into his coaching style
rotations, yeah.
as well, into his rotations. But that's something to keep an eye on, right? It's just something that I think we'll definitely have to continue to kind of see where he's at and making sure he's not getting these guys too tired, because Brown's shoulder's a little banged up. He was getting iced on the bench like this season. As the season does wind down, I think right now is a pivotal part, right? Let's go get wins and let's try to solidify our seeding in the conference and get a good seeding. And then
Yeah,
once we kind of solidify that, all right, we can kind of take a little break and give guys that haven't got as many minutes a little more burn. But I think right now this is an important time of the season to really continue to get wins, build momentum, and
yeah, I agree.
and create separation within the rankings
In
in the
terms
Eastern
of
Conference.
in terms of wins, yeah, it sucks that the Pistons won again tonight. They're on
Right,
a roll right now,
right.
but
So yeah, I
the
mean, hey, I think
the Cavs did lose, so it does give us a little
yeah,
bit of separation between us and the Cavs. But
yeah. So I think that's also definitely on everyone's mind. Let's try to get
yeah,
as many wins as possible to give us the best possible um, best position come playoff time. Because whether you like it or not, I think this Eastern Conference is better than people think. I think there are some
yeah,
solid
like
teams
the
in
Knicks and
here.
the Cavs right now are breathing on our backs. Like
Right,
it's really close in terms of the seeding right now.
right, right. And you want to make sure that you're playing as the worst team as possible in that first round, because come next round you're going to be playing. I don't want to play a team like Toronto, and
Nah,
there's possibility to play a team like Toronto if you kind of fall back in the seeding
yeah,
and
there
don't
is.
continue to play in the right way. So there's a lot of implications that come with it. And if you're blowing leads and not winning games against teams that you should be winning, we're gonna have a problem. So that Joe Mazzulla is doing the right thing right now. But that'll be all for tonight. We really appreciate you guys watching another rendition of the CNR recap. The Boston Celtics beat the Nets by a commanding score of 148 to 111. But as always, thank you for watching. Subscribe to Celtics s.nation.rise for more Celtics content, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.